Welcome to Mark's Lionel Trains. I'm sure that many of you have experienced what I'm looking at right here. The massive rocking of the Menards auto racks and many of the other of the Menards rolling stock. And I have a fix for this. And it's not as hard as you may think. And we're going to take a look next on Mark's Lionel Trains. These auto racks from Menards are really nice for $40. The only real problem I have with them is this rocking. As I mentioned in the last video when I added weight to these are really sloppy how these trucks are put on here. But it's just a matter of compression fitting this little button here down into the plastic thing. And I'll show you that. We have to remove this frame here first, and we'll start doing that right now. There are 10 screws that we're going to have to remove. Okay, now that we've got our screws removed, we can take off the frame, and then we can see there's this little plastic thing. I thought this was molded into the plastic frame here, but it's just a compression fitting. So we can just push that together. I did some experimenting with various ways of doing this. I made a plastic gasket, and I was going to try and kind of squeeze that in between the truck body there to try and make up the difference between all this slop that's in here. It's just, all this is just terrible. So what I've come up with here is a little clamp. I'm going to use a clamp and a little brass thing here to compress this down here into the fitting more, and it should take out all this slop. So let's see how we do with that here. All right, there you can see all the slop and the sideways motion of that truck. So I'm going to put my little brass piece on there on the top of the screw. And I'm gonna get this in here, get my clamp in there, and I'm going to put it on here like this. Get that tight. Now we got it tight. And then I'm going to squeeze it and try and compress that truck on there. That should do it. Okay. Release that. Okay, yeah. There, all the slop is gone now. It's perfectly fine. It still spins perfectly. And then we'll do that. See how the other side looks. Yeah, the other side is really sloppy too. I don't know if you could use a hammer to pound this down or not, but yeah. Okay, let's try this side. Take the slop out of this one too. I can't wait to do this about 20 more times. I have 10 of these things. Okay. Let's tighten that down. Okay, we're just squeezing that button down on there. Let's see how that did. Oh yeah. Oh, that actually is still loose, so I might not have done that right. One guy, I was reading some of the posts from Classic Toy Trains magazine, they have talked about this as well. After I came up with my idea, one guy said he uses a press to press these buttons on. So, let's see if we can get this on there now. Come on, baby. All right, there we go. Let's tighten it down and see if that does it. Okay. I might put a little drop of super glue on here too to hold these on there better. It's still sloppy. Okay, there's something going on with this one. All right, I'm gonna have to probably do this one off camera, but you get the idea here. And yeah, it takes all the slop out of it. So I'm gonna do that about 20 more times, and then we'll see if this fixes the problem. Okay, I was able to successfully get the other coupler off camera. I am going to put a drop of super glue in here, this area here, just to make sure that it does hold, so I don't have any issues with it coming out. And there you go. Okay, that should hold that really nicely. Hopefully it doesn't cement the trucks together, but we'll find out, and then I'll stop doing that. I'll let you know. All right, excellent. The super glue has not stuck the trucks to anything, so they're fine. We'll put that back on, and all that's left is to put the screws back in, and we'll do that right now. Okay, with that done, that is, all the slop is gone. Perfect. All right, let's do this 10 more times and see how our work paid off here. All right, folks, just an update. I'm on my 10th one here. I've switched to a square washer instead of that brass round thing. I have also noticed when I'm doing this that there's some boogery plastic stuff that's stuck in the hole there, and I'm going to need to put glue in there because it seems like Menards is actually using some glue to stick this in there, so I have to put glue in there in order to soften it up a little bit when I'm clamping it in order for it to stick correctly, and that's what I'm finding out right now. Okay, then before you clamp it up, you've got to put some glue in this hole here, and then that will get it prepped for clamping. Okay, then I drop the square washer in there, and then that gives me a nice solid square place to put my clamp. Okay, and then you do the best you can to clamp this down. That's why the guy at Classic Toy Trains using a press is probably the best way to do it. Okay. Okay, and then that truck should be on there solid, and it is. Okay, so that is clamped on there solid. And you want to let that set for a couple seconds, maybe 30 seconds or so. You don't want to get it too tight, and then we'll unclamp it. All right, here's how the bottom of it looks, and the top, and then we should be ready to unclamp it. There goes my bolt. Okay. Okay, yep, and that has got it. And it's free spinning, and it's nice and straight, and it doesn't wobble anymore. Perfect. All right, that's how you got to do it. If you find it's a little bit tight, you can just move it around a little bit. You can actually pull on it a little bit to loosen it up a little bit, and even put some oil on the little pin there, and that will loosen it up a little bit. So, yeah, perfect. And it's ready to go onto the car. Awesome. Alrighty. That took about 2.5 hours to do 10 cars. It's about 15 minutes per car to do them, and it seems like we've done a pretty good job. Whatever method you choose to use to do this, I think would be beneficial to you. You don't have to use my method. I just want to plant the seed in your head that this can be fixed, that's for sure. And it will work with the hoppers, any of the cars that have the button type couplers, or trucks, Same thing with the tank cars, same thing. I have one loose tank car I'd like to fix too as well. And it'll also work for the intermodal cars. So you do have to be careful because it is hiding underneath this walkway here. It's right below there. So you'll have to either put something in there to not break the walkway or remove the walkway when you do it. So, but I think it'll work just great. So hopefully this helps you out in your fixing of the Menards cars. Hopefully this is going to work. We're going to run the trains and test it, and that's for sure. We'll see. So, big news today. I'd like to thank everyone. The channel hit 1,500 subscribers, and that is just awesome. I can't thank you all enough for your support of the channel. It's just fantastic. So, without further ado, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this episode of Mark's Lionel Trains, and hope it helps you out. Leave comments below if you have any of your ideas. I know I've heard some great ideas. David, your idea about the intermodal cars, that should be pretty awesome. So we'll have to see. But thank you all again for watching. Until next time, this is Mark for Mark's Lionel Trains. All right, folks, the moment of truth. We will see. My track could have some rocking, but yeah, that's track related, I think, because most of the cars have a little bit of rocking. I just want to make sure they all track fine through the switches, and they look pretty good. Yeah, I think that's quite an improvement. All right, we'll see how it holds out here. All right, cool. I think we got it, folks. Uh-oh, coupler separation. That's a problem with Menards. Welcome to the world of Menards. That brown one's not the offender, it's the yellow one behind it. I'm gonna have to put a rubber band on that coupler. And we'll be right back. All right, I didn't put a rubber band on it. I just closed it, and we'll see.
This is the dispatcher. All clear inbound, over. Thank you, sir. Approaching now. Out.
If they're going around that 036 curve without too much bouncing around, we did a good job. And it looks awesome. Perfect. Okay, excellent. That's the way to do it. Another coupler separation. Awesome. Oh boy. Now we have a different offender. Another uncoupling. Something happened. Huh. Oh, I know what happened. Yeah, I did that. Alright. My own technical difficulties, but that's okay. This is just kind of an informal running session here. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Mark's Lionel Trains. I really hope this helps you guys in fixing that, especially Mike at Teche Valley Railroad. I know he's having big issues with these auto racks, so Mike, go fix them, man. They're awesome. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.
Dispatcher, we're signing out and going to Beans. Out. Dispatcher, we're down to the name.